Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to this WWE Mattel figure review. This is quite a special one because these are figures you just cannot get in the shops. I got this from Wrestling Shop when I had a look around their warehouse. Check that toy hunt out, it's amazing. And it is the Wild Samoans. It's really unusual to see a double pack of elites, but both of these are elite figures. And it's Hall of Fame. They were inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame in 2007. And I know a lot of you might not have heard of the Wild Samoans, but they were huge. They are a three-time WWF, WWE Tag Team Champions. They have actually held 21 championships in total. They fought for companies like Stampede, Mid-South Wrestling, the NWA, and obviously the WWF. They formed in the 70s and had some fantastic matches and some fantastic feuds. They were really interesting because they wouldn't talk, they would just grunt, they would eat raw fish, and they were like just absolute wild men. And they were really different, really intriguing, very similar along the lines of like the Kamala gimmick as well, which is, as you know, one of my favourite wrestlers of all time. I didn't see enough of the Wild Samoans for them to be one of my all-time favourite tag teams, but I saw enough to know that I needed these figures in the collection, so I was really excited when I saw these. And, there's some other things you should know about the Wild Samoans. Arthur actually went off and opened up a wrestling school, and some of the graduates from his wrestling school include Junkyard Dog and Batista, Yokozuna, Bam Bam Bigelow. There was loads. As for Sika, he had a few sons. One of those sons, you might have heard of him. He's in wrestling at the moment. He's called Roman Reigns. They're part of the world famous Anoa'i family, which gave us the likes of Roman, the Usos, Yokozuna, Rikishi, Umaga, and obviously the Wild Samoans. So I think that's enough about the Wild Samoans. Let's have a look at the figures. So as I said, it's Hall of Fame packaging. You've got pictures of them on the side. I think it's the same picture on that side as well, and then a slightly different picture on the back. There is another one in this series, which is awesome as well, by the way. It is Ultimate Warrior and Papa Shango. I don't have a Papa Shango figure yet, and I'm really tempted to pick up that set so that we can have a look at that Papa Shango figure. Again, another one of my favourites when I was a kid. Other information on the back says that they were also known as Albano's Wild Men, named because of their manager, who was Captain Lou Albano. Have Mattel made a Captain Lou Albano figure yet? Because if not, that's a travesty and they need to get that sorted. But do you know, now I'm saying it, I can't remember seeing one. What I love about these figures is they come with sarongs. Every figure should come with a sarong. Who else came with a sarong? Umaga came with a sarong, which isn't surprising because he's also part of the same family. That family just loves sarongs. Why not? Anyway, right, let's get it open and let's have a look at the figures themselves. Okay guys, got the figures out and, oh man, they're so good. I mean, they're big figures. They're not heavy, but they're big, they're imposing, and that's what the Wild Samoans were. As we said, face scans on them I think are brilliant. Really can see the Wild Samoans in these face scans. I think the detail on the hair, they've got slightly different hair. Nothing too drastic, but enough to just make it interesting and visually engaging. The detail on the sarongs, that's the key thing. Absolutely awesome. Some fantastic detail on there. If we take the sarongs off, literally they just unclasp like that. So if you take the sarongs off, hang on, I'm just going to undress the Wild Samoans. So once you do that, you've got a nice little surprise. It says Samoa on the sides of the ring attire, exactly the same I honestly, as well, I don't know which one's Afa and which one's Sika, I'm not going to lie. They both look very similar to me, but there is, you know, same like facial expressions as well. Shame it doesn't come with like, not raw fish, that would be insane, but like pretend raw fish where you could like, you know, have them ripping into like a meal. Which I just think would be cool. You've got, you know, the painted bits on the fronts of the knees, and then a bit of silver on the back, tape around the feet, you know, barefoot as well. It's just really cool. It's really cool. The articulation is exactly the same as other elites. I think the body's not going to move drastic, yeah. You're not getting a great deal of movement out the body, but then, you know, I don't need it. I'm not after it for that. These are the figures that I love the most, and the reason for that is because you will never get another set of Wild Samoans. They're not going to go back and remake these because it's one and done. So for that reason, I'm going to give these a Ty Dillinger. I really appreciate the fact that Mattel have made Wild Samoan figures, and I would love them to make more 80s and 70s wrestlers. I want superstar Billy Graham. I want Bob Backlund, I want Pedro Morales, I want, you know, Wendy Richter, Fabulous Moolah. I want all of those guys in my collection. I want to have them on the shelf next to the modern heroes, you know, next to your Kevin Owens, next to your Chris Jerichos. I love these. I absolutely love these. Awesome, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget, check out Wrestling Shop, because if you use the discount code DAYS, you can save yourself 10%. And last time I checked, they did have some Wild Samoans in stock. I think they might also have had that Ultimate Warrior Papa Shango set as well. And they might even have had the Shield triple pack, the Elite triple pack. So check them out, you know, and save yourself some money. Awesome. If you like the video, please give it a like. Hit the subscribe if you haven't already. And hopefully, I'll see you again next time. Bye for now. Sounds like a plane is about to crash. It didn't. This is really hard to do. No, that's difficult. Come on, let's put your sarongs back on.